I look like a hipster twat today. Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Monday Sucks. My name is as always Louise, and yes, I dress weird and I put on too much eyeliner, but I'm too lazy to remove it and put on a new layer of makeup, so this is what you have to deal with. This episode is yet again one of those episodes with spoilers, so if you haven't watched the two Sherlock films, Sherlock Holmes and Sherlock Holmes A Game of Shadows, and if you haven't watched the BBC Sherlock series, then I would really recommend you watch those things before you watch this video. You can put this in your watch later thingy doodle by clicking on that little clock thingy, and then you can watch this after you've watched those. But I found this brilliant Tumblr post and it blew my mind, so I just thought I have to talk about this. So if you watch BBC Sherlock, that I assume that you have since you're still watching, or maybe you just like spoilers, we all know that in Writing Back Falls, shit just gets down. Major spoilers here. Moriarty kills himself and Sherlock jumps off the roof. I cried like a baby getting hit in the face with a fish. But I found this really great post on Tumblr about how Sherlock could have faked his death, because we all know that in the very end of Writing Back Fall, you see Sherlock standing there looking at John walking away from Sherlock's grave. It's really confusing if you haven't watched it. They start off with Sherlock shook hands with Moriarty. It's not just a friendly gesture, because Sherlock was not the person who used to create contact with people like in a touchy kind of way. But who did Sherlock shake hands with besides John? Irene Adler. And why did he shake hands with her? To check her fucking pulse. So going back to the thing where Moriarty and Sherlock shakes hands on the roof, why did Sherlock want to check Moriarty's pulse? He didn't. He wanted Moriarty to check his pulse. We all knew from earlier moments in the Sherlock series that Sherlock was pretty much prepared to die. He also had a conversation with Molly which made it pretty clear that he was like, yep, I'm fucking going to die. Back to the scene where Sherlock was deducing all of the leftover from the kidnapper's boots. There was asphalt, brick dust, chalk, something from chocolate that I can't pronounce, and vegetation. That vegetation was later identified as rhododendron. The thing is, if you ingest rhododendron, or how the fuck you pronounce it, I don't know, it causes, I have to read this, hypertension and bradycardia because of something in the honey of the flower called grayanotoxins. These grayanotoxins blah 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 causes a very rare poisonous reaction. So that means that the honey from the rhododendron actually can make it appear that a person is dead. Fucking shit, tits, what? And we also see that Moriarty, he gets kind of scared when they're having a conversation up on the roof. And why is that? Because he was checking, beep, Sherlock's eyes. Sherlock's pupils were so teeny tiny, teeny beany, and that is caused, for example, of an overdose of the rhododendron honey. And then Moriarty shook Sherlock's hand, not like this, checked his pulse, and that's when Moriarty knew what Sherlock had done. He had taken fucking rhododendron to seem dead for when he had jumped off the rooftop. In the original novels by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, Sherlock Holmes is actually experimenting a lot with drugs, and in Guy Ritchie's Sherlock Holmes, starring Robert Downey Jr. and Jude Law, we also see that the Sherlock Holmes in those films are kind of experimenting with different kind of stuff, and he was also smoking. And the rhododendron honey toxin was actually used in the 2009 movie. So do you see this? Or are we just crazy? It has over 10,000 notes, so I don't think she's that crazy. It makes so much sense to me, and I'm just like, when I read it, I was like, holy shit, that's why, that's how he fucking did it. But you know, we actually don't know if that's how he did it. But I think that is the best suggestion to how Sherlock faked his death. You could go read it. I'll leave a link, the first link down below in the description. Go read it if you like Sherlock, and if you're really, like me, just a huge fan and can't wait for season 3. That was it. But seriously, go check out the text post, because I just took in small bits to not make this a 20-minute long video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next week, hopefully with less makeup and more with hair that doesn't look like freaking poop. You'll see you on Friday on the new Fuck Shit Friday. Have an awesome week. Goodbye!